to all of you, in this crazy last 2 days, I want to thank you all for taking part in social media and the outburst, the cries, the emotions, the ride of reclaiming our sport, reclaiming football that we know. We almost lost the game of football, of what we grew up knowing, the pyramid of football, the magic of going to the stadiums would have been lost if those teams pissed off. I can't believe what's just happened. Everything has collapsed. All big six teams have dropped out. They've all dropped. And bigger news, Manchester United's Woodward has resigned. He's gone. He's lost his bottle. He's resigned. It was probably his idea in the first place, let's be honest with you. The Americans wanted this. This was an American idea of football, the way that they wanted to do it. A complete privatized league with no relegations, all about money. Oh, my word. I can't believe what's happened. Unbelievable. Very, very hats off to all of you out there. We shown them what we were made of, from all of the ex-players like Jordan Henson, current Liverpool player, but like John Terry and stuff as well. Just the amount of ex-players that have spread their hate for the idea of the Super League. Unbelievable stuff. Gary Neville is now teeing up one right now. He's, to the Super League. It's done. It's dusted. Let's move on to the next subject, which is punishment. What is the right punishment for these clubs that brought this idea in the middle of a season, by the way? In the middle of a season. Not at the end of one, in the middle of one. We've got 8 games to go, boys. Of this season, Leicester have. We've got an FA Cup final. We have got 8 games of this season to play, and they all signed a letter of intent to create their own league in the middle of one. Outrageous, despicable, disgusting, gutless, cowards, doing it during a pandemic with no crowds in the stadiums. They knew exactly what they were doing. Don't tell me otherwise. They knew exactly what they were doing. I'm going to get your comments in. I want your thoughts on today's news. Are you happy about it? Are you sad of what's transpired over the last couple of days? How does it affect your emotions towards your team? I want to know how you're feeling in the chat. Pop your comments in. I'm going to get them on screen right now. Let's go, Kroenke. Sell Arsenal now. There you go. There's another problem we have. Another Americans controlling things. They've got to get rid of them. They've got to get rid of some of these ridiculous owners of football that are not interested in the game, the beautiful side of the game, the fans, the working class side of the game. Because don't forget, these clubs started over 100 years ago. Some of these traditional clubs have started over 100 years ago. Leicester City was created in a shed on a fucking field, not even nowhere near the King Power Stadium. Leicester Foss, it was called. We're over 100 years old. Over 100 years old. Started by working class people for local communities. That's what football started from. It was made by the working class and sold and bought out by the rich. Completely, utterly disgraceful what's happened to our game. Get your comments in. I want to know everything you guys are saying about this right now. Will Barca get out says, yeah, they should do. Well, there's nothing left. There is nothing left of it. Absolutely nothing left. There's nothing left. It's done and dusted. There's no way a Super League can run now with no one in it. Chelsea are out. Man City are out. Atletico are out. Barcelona are out. Man United are out. Ed Woodward has gone. Andrea Agnelli has gone as well. Don't forget. These are massive. This is massive news. Juventus and United have their head chiefs, chairman, whatever you want to call them, have pissed off because they didn't like the fan outrage, and we won the battle, boys. We won the battle, not them. It felt like football died for 2 days. Yesterday, the night before, I didn't sleep very well, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I didn't sleep all that great, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys were the same. And I'm a Leicester fan. Doesn't even it affects me, but not in the same way emotionally, where you're invested into one of the clubs that pissed off. So it's been an emotional few days, but I've been battling it on social media. I'm sure you boys have as well. I've been tweeting all sorts of stuff throughout the last few days. Chelsea leaving the Super League it was the start of this. City, I think, actually were first, then Chelsea. Sorry. So it's been a glorious day. Eventually, all is right in the world again. We won, and I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that took part as well, because I did my bit, and I'm pretty sure you did your bit too. To the saddos that wanted this to happen, you don't understand what football means to this country, to the British people in this country that support the sides that they are in. It's a massive, massive win for all of us football fans. Huge win. I'm going to get your comments in. Hi Lee, it's Bern. How are you, my man? It was an abomination, says LCFC Grey. Yanks cannot be trusted, says Mace in the chat. I'm so happy Woodward has left. Winksy phoned me on the old blower here. He was almost in tears how happy he was for Woodward to have walked out of his club. Winksy is the main channel manager. We work alongside each other on this channel. If he's here, hello Winksy. He was close to fucking off United and being a Leicester fan because he felt that the club was leaving him. Right. So big up to Winksy. I hope you're feeling a bit better now. Are Liverpool out of the Super League? Yes, I believe. I've not seen anything about Liverpool yet, to be quite honest with you. But what I've seen that it says that the Big Six are out. The Premier League's Big Six are out. But I've not seen Liverpool's name mentioned yet. I've seen Chelsea, I've seen Man City, I've seen Atletico, I've seen Barcelona, I've seen Man United, but I've not seen Liverpool yet. We've got a super chat in the house. LCFC Gray says there's a great victory for us. This is a great victory, mate. This is a great victory, and I'm gonna open a can of whoop ass. And have a toast to it tonight. Once this stream's done, I'm gonna go downstairs and have a beer in respect to all of us that fought together, because it's a game of football. Yes, it is just a game of football, but it's our lives. It's our hobby. It's what we love. It's our passion. For them to take that away from us and to destroy everything that's been created over the last 100 years, that's what I say to the Super League. What are you guys thinking in the chat? I'm a United fan. I've watched my team win the UCL. When I see the news, I knee slided across my living room. Exactly. Knee slided doesn't sound that great, though. To be fair, that sounds like you're celebrating. Are you celebrating because because of the news today, or do you mean? I get what you mean now. I get what you mean. We have to thank two massively helping the situation as well. Gary Neville, don't forget, his speech was massive. And Jamie Carragher as well on Sky Sports, massive. Those guys really paved the way for everyone else to jump on board. Massive well done to the boys yesterday as well at Leeds at Ellen Road, including Liverpool fans as well. Don't forget tonight as well at the Stamford Bridge. There's been loads of people stopping the players from even getting in and out of the stadium tonight as well before their game kicked off, which I think they're playing right now, to be fair. But I don't really care about the score at all. I do not care. What is the appropriate punishment now for these clubs? That's what I want to know, because we've won. We've got what we wanted. What's the appropriate punishment now? And I want to hear it from you guys in the chat. I want to hear what you guys are saying. Spurs here, and I was at the bridge. Fuck the ESL, says Hostile Gaming. According to Twitter, FSG look like to sell Liverpool, according to the Super League out hashtag. I'm going to have a look on Twitter now and see. Boris Johnson brands European Super League a cartel over breakaway plans. But again, it's done. Rest in peace, the Super League. It's done. It's definitely done. You can't have a Super League without all those teams in. As simple as that. That's it. It's done. Not to be missed, by the way, at all. Not to be missed at all. I'm trying to have a look at some more news as it's breaking through. We've got Ed Woodward. We've got Agnelli is also trending as well on Twitter. Chelsea, Man City are trending as well. The Glazers are trending. There's so much trending right now. I'm unsure about what's happening with Liverpool. Let's see if we can find out a bit of FSG and see if there's anything else we can add in. Let's have a look. The latest on FSG. Break-in. Stan Connemore says, being told that one club owner may put their club up for sale within days, such is the dismay within the club from bottom to top. I have a feeling it's going to be FSG. I have a feeling it's going to be Liverpool. apparently Ed Woodward is about to resign. Yes, that could take a few weeks. So it's not going to just be. Surely that's going to be because he's going to arrange it himself, right? You know what he's like with arranging things. Fine, 500 grand. That's not enough money. That's not enough. I can understand, Lee, like cricket is religion in India. It must be the same with football in England. It really is. This is our sport. This is England's sport. This is a British sport. It's almost like the veins of your average working class man. It connects us all. You know what I mean? Up and down the country, it connects us all. We all have the same passion, no matter who you support. There's banter between it. There's, sometimes there's a bit of violence between people as well to do with who you support. But when something's viciously attacked, like this Super League did, how they attacked our game, we come together. We come together. It's like an alien invasion. Religion would just drop all of a sudden. Wars between countries would just drop. It would be about survival of the human race. It's the same thing. We just gathered together and we battled against this monster of a threat to our beautiful game, and we beat it. We slayed the beast, boys. We did it all together. All of us did it. Players, ex-players as well. Big names as well. KSI. James Corden last night, he did a fantastic piece last night. If you haven't seen that on the in USA, and they don't even care about soccer that much. You know what I mean? That was massive for James Corden to do that. The list goes on. The list goes on and on and on and on. Talk Sport as well. They did loads of stuff as well and put it out there as well. There's so many people that got involved in this to show this board of directors that own these clubs that what you're doing is wrong. And we're not putting up with it. And we didn't. FSG out, scumbag says, Aid Brockhouse. In this and other worlds, this is an extremely fantastic news for us, but the 6th Premier League must be demoted to at least 2 divisions below to be replaced by the top 6 division teams. Yeah. So, going on that, where do you feel realistically the Premier League can punish them? That's the thing, because the Premier League need those sides to keep their market open worldwide on networks and to sell because at the end of the day, the Premier League is a TV show itself. Granted, it's still part of the pyramid. It's still part of the system of football and the tiers and the leagues. It's still part of that triangle, but it is almost in its own right. It is a TV show, and the Big Six boys are a pull for ratings. For views, they are a big pull around the world. Outside of England, they pull a mass amount of views to networks across the world. Fox Sports, beIN Sports, the list goes on. Without those Big Six teams in the Premier League, I think the Premier League would be a little bit, not worried, but I don't think they'd like to lose them, put it that way. I don't think they'd like to lose them, but I think some sort of punishment needs to be made. Points need to be dropped. If it means 10 points, 20 points, I don't really know. But something's got to happen. There needs to be a punishment for these teams. And if there's punishment for these teams, Leicester win the Premier League. Again. Lee, punishing the clubs by demoting them is punishing the fans. We've been through enough. Surely they can't do that. We accept point deductions, but you can't punish the fans. But Winksy, the thing is, they can. They can punish the clubs. They can. They broke rules of organising a league outside of the UEFA. There's strict. I've seen it earlier on Twitter. I've seen the laws and the rules. Teams can't play for another league except for, this is when you're playing in the Premier League, except for UEFA standard. That's it. That's it. And okay, they didn't play, but they've signed the letter of intent to leave the Premier League to join another league in a middle of a season. In the middle of a season, Winksy. You've got to get away from the emotions you've tied to your club for a second and think what they were doing to you. It's not about you being punished, mate. It's about that club being punished. It don't matter, because you'll still be a fan of that club. If you're not a fan of that club, if they get punished to League One or League Two, then you're not a true fan of that club. You follow the club no matter what. I have for Leicester. I followed them all the way down to League One. Regrettably, it happened. You know, we were stuck in the Championship for nearly 10 years or more. It is what it is. These big boys need punishing. I don't know how, but they do. As an Arsenal fan, Kroenke out. This super crap has distracted us from the real game. Fair play to Chelsea, says Riley in the chat. This was a football version of Burma and Myanmar. I'm not quite sure what you mean there, pal. I'm so happy Woodward has gone, and now the Glazers are next. Hopefully, not only have they ruined football for us United fans, but they tried to ruin football for everyone else, says ISR4. The shareholders responsible should be banned from having anything to do with football. Yes, that's another thing. The names related to all this, they're the ones that should also be punished. They should be banned from owning clubs. They should be banned from getting involved in football ever again. End of discussion. I don't know if you remember me. I was here when the league was announced, but I'm happy to see my team being the first ones to take a step and go against the delusional Perez. But the thing is, your team still signed the letter of intent to leave originally. It's only because of us fans that have stopped them from doing what they were going to do. If there wasn't such a backlash, they would have gone ahead and done it. It's the people that have saved our own game, the fans. And I congratulate every single one of you. Every single one of you deserve a pat on the back. So give yourselves a pat on the back today, because we come together when it mattered most for football. We came together. I'm going to have a look at some more news coming through. If I can find a few more bits and bobs. Let's have a look. Conor McGregor. Hey, guys, I'm thinking about buying Manchester United. What do you think? Says Conor McGregor. The notorious MMA Conor McGregor says, hey guys, I'm thinking about buying Manchester United. Is he joking? Is he being serious? Has he got enough money? What do you reckon? McGregor in? Lee, the club didn't do it. The owners did. It was nothing to do with the players, manager, and other staff, only the owners. But the problem is the owners represent the club, mate. The owners are the club. The owners are the club, like it or not. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. You can disagree with me all you want, but you know me. I'll speak my mind, and I'm not going to back down. I'm sorry, mate, but they signed a letter of intent. That club needs to be punished. That's it. There's nothing else more to it, Winksy. I apologise if it upset you and stuff, but it is what it is, mate. They were going to fuck off from a mid-season. They was leaving the Premier League. They was going to leave the Premier. Granted, they're probably going to try and start in August, but they signed and announced it in the middle of a season. Imagine that. It tarnished it could have tarnished this season's Premier League. It probably has. I have no idea what's going to go forwards with punishments. I've already just discussed this. I'm sorry, but they need punishing. Send me the link, says Winksy. All right, we'll get Winksy in. Let's get Winksy in. Winksy wants to come in and have a chat. We will do it. Let's get Winksy in. See what he's got to say. Winksy, we need to get you back in on the show. Right, come on then, Winksy. Let's see what you got to say. I've sent it you now, bud. There you go. Link is there, Winks. Wait for you to pop in. They deserve to be punished, says what we think. Okay, I don't know if you remember me. I was when the league was announced. Yeah, I've just read that one out, pal. All these companies like the FA and Sky, BT and government must be punished as well. They use as now. Punishment has to be fulfilled. Winksy's here. I'm going to pull him in. Winksy, mate.
Hello.
Well then, talk to me.
First of all, obviously, I want to congratulate everyone. You've already done that a couple of times, already. And
Yeah,
obviously, I just want to say thank you to everyone for obviously coming together and saving the sport, because I think regardless of whatever team you support, the thing that we all love the most is English football. And I want to reiterate that a lot, because when I was very upset yesterday, I wasn't feeling great, and I'm
I know
sure
you
you've
weren't, mate.
already said this. And obviously, the main thing that was actually bothering me, rather than it being Man U, was the fact that the league will be crumbling, and we won't be able to watch English football anymore.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's not the case anymore. And I hopefully it's going to be the turn for the good. But yeah, with this punishment stuff, which I'm gonna let my mind run free, and I know you're gonna disagree with me, and there's gonna be people that agree with me as well. But I think punishment wise, we should be punished. This season definitely should be this season, because that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Whether it's points, or there's been discussion about relegation. I think if we're to be punished with relegation, it will also punish the Premier League, because don't forget, it's not just United who have done this; is all 6 of the teams.
Yeah,
So
of course.
if you're relegating them, it's almost like they're in a different league anyway. So you've got the same problems of all of it happening with them not being in the league, and obviously the revenue comes with that. People will obviously stop watching it. So I don't think there'd be any benefits in relegating those teams. However, I do think we need to be punished. All of us, we do need to be punished in a way which is, fair. But at the same time, again, I do want to say, the fans as it is, we've already been put through hell these last couple of days, and if we do get relegated, I'm going to be fuming, because our feelings have been, absolutely thrown out the window, and I just don't agree with that at all.
But mate, it's not the end all. Leicester got relegated to League One and climbed their way back up and won the Premier League. It's football. No, it's not. It's not. It's not, because just because Man United have never been relegated before doesn't mean they're not allowed to be.
No, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is, but the reason for why I think it shouldn't be is because if we get relegated from the way we're playing, that's completely different. That's completely different. If we are playing terrible, we go down to the bottom of the table and we get relegated, that's fair enough. I think for us to get relegated by not actually playing bad and getting relegated the fair way is almost, just making it up again, and we're ruining the game.
Yeah. Okay, so, fair enough. Everyone's got a different opinion. I think, working it out, I think what it should be, there was 6 teams that wanted to piss off. I think it should be 3 points per side, times by 6. So it should be 6, 12, 18 points deduction from every single side.
I agree with a point deduction, 100%. And
I think 6 teams times by 3, 18 points each.
If we're gonna
easy peasy.
If we're gonna speak about what they're gonna do, and this is not what I think, by the way, before everyone says that. If we're going to think about what the Prem's going to do, I think we're going to get off lightly. I think the top 6 clubs are going to get off lightly. They're going to come straight back into the league, and everyone's going to be fine and daisy because they're back in, and that's all that matters.
It's going to be different. It's going to be different, though.
Yeah, no, it's going to be different. Yeah, totally. And I think there will be laws put in place now, and I think the government's already said that. I think Boris himself has said that he is going to get someone on this to stop this from happening again. But I think we are going to get off lightly, unfortunately. I think we really are, and we are going to get some sort of punishment which isn't going to be anywhere near what we deserve. I don't think a point deduction is what we deserve, but then at the same time, I don't think we deserve relegation either. It's very tricky on what you can do with a football club.
Personally, I would take points. I wouldn't want the teams relegated because it will affect the Premier League as a whole, but I definitely want to see some big points deducted, or carry on, finish the season off, then start handicapped with a minus.
Yeah, no, honestly,
as a punishment.
I think, unfortunately, as I said, and you kind of disagreed with me. I said the club is not at fault here. It is the owners, and I think the owners are the ones that should be targeted here from all of the different associations. They should be the ones being looked into, because they're the corrupt ones, not the football clubs. Because when you link the football club to this, that to me sounds like the history, the people involved. in the past with the club. That is the club. The people now, you know, who are still even involved in the club, they're not nothing to do with the owners. They're their own thing. They should be the ones that get the punishment. And unfortunately, fines won't do it because they've got billions of dollars and money and pounds. They've got, you know, fines won't do it. They should be banned. They should be told to get out of the clubs because honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they do it again. If these lot stay in the clubs, they will do it again. They will find a way to do something else.
Yeah, this is like the war isn't over. You know what I mean? The battle's just begun, boys. This is the battle's just begun. This is just the scratch on the surface of what these clubs are willing to do.
Yeah, exactly. That is, you know what? This is an example of how powerful people can be. It's almost like, right? It was almost like when I read the news that we were involved in this. It was almost like, right, what can we do now?
I want you to answer this. What's your
opinion on?
He's just tweeted saying, "Hey guys, I'm thinking about buying Manchester United. What do you think?"
Honestly, I think it'd probably be a joke. It'll probably be a joke. But you know what? If he's got the money, it can't be any worse than the Glazers. Honestly, you might turn it into a wrestling venue or something, or a UFC.
We're about, I think we're about 40 subscribers off of hitting 11k, boys, in the chat. If you can hit the subscribe button, if you're new to the channel, please do. I'm just having a look for any more hashtags that are trending right now.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Yeah, it is nuts. Ed Woodward has obviously, as we know, resigned. Juventus as well. The chairman there has resigned as well. But honestly, yeah, it's the best news we've had. It's the best news we've had all day. Let's be honest.
I'm getting goosebumps. Honestly, I really am, and I've been an emotional wreck. Yeah. Massive emotional wreck these last 3 days. My parents have been constantly asking me, "Oh, why are you down? Why are you down?" And I keep saying, you know, my team's going out, and they're going, "Oh, don't be silly. It's just a thing." But the problem is with people that don't actually watch football, they don't understand how connected you are with the club, regardless of how far away you are. And when you were bantering with me and saying, "Oh, come on, you know, join Leicester," you know what? I'll take it as banter, you know. But I've told you 1,000 times, there's something which connects me with Manchester.
Nothing. There's nothing that connects you to Manchester.
There is the family member which I was brought up with. And
I know.
I'm not with that anymore.
It's just
it's not the same. No, it's not the same. And of course, it's not the same. But unfortunately, I've paved myself into that, and I'm not going to experience what it's like to be a local lad supporting their team. That's my fault. I picked my team, and I've been thinking about it. I picked my team, and I'm going to stick with them now. No matter what, I am going to stick with them. And
what if this happens again?
If this happens again, I'll obviously think about it because, honestly, because they're not those owners are not considering the fans. They are not considering their fans, and they're lucky. They're really lucky, right? They're really, really, really lucky that we're all going to be so excited about being back in the Prem and back in all these competitions again that we'll forget about it. We will forget about it.
Yeah, I do sympathise with you. You know, in terms of what's happened here and the way that, you know, you were almost lost. You didn't know where to turn to. I get that, but man, if my Leicester did what you guys were doing, it wouldn't happen because Leicester's owners wouldn't do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because of how good of a club you are. And I'm going to be respectful of Leicester my whole life, honestly, because I live here. I love the city. I've said it thousands of times all over Twitter. I live here. I love the city. I literally live, breathe everything to do with Leicester. Unfortunately, with the way I've been brought up, you know, and not had a father figure to, you know, watch football until very, very late on. I've just gone with the nearest family member who supported a football team. And unfortunately, that's led me to supporting Man U. If my dad started supporting Leicester at the start of me being born, I'd have been a Leicester lad. It's that simple. So if anyone wants to blame anyone here, all blame my dad.
This one's a bit harsh, I think. This is probably a bit too much of a punishment, but not just by at least demoting them to at least the 2 more divisions, but punish them severely by fining them highly and deducting 50 points during the start of their next season as well. Cheers.
Or be a negative 50.
But the thing is, a lot of people feel that way, mate. You're not going to because it's your club, but a lot of fans feel that way of what's happened. They threatened our game
Yeah.
of football, mate.
We
They
we
threatened what we knew.
nearly ruined you. That's that.
Yeah.
We were to be honest, we were at blame of ruining your club, Everton, Leeds, Burnley, the whole world of football.
Yeah.
We were at fault of that.
Do you think they almost feel like they're invincible? Because if, for example, UEFA banned them from the Champions League next season, and the Premier League dropped them into League fucking 2 or some shit, they could potentially just you go, all right, this is our chance. Now we can fuck off and make our own thing because they've dropped us anyway. They're almost invincible.
I think what's going to happen now, in all seriousness, I think UEFA.
Oh yeah, a lot. There you go. Someone else said the same thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was just about to say. I think UEFA, what they will do now is they'll take a long look at their leagues. They'll take a look at the competitions and they'll go, right, so these clubs have clearly not liked something here. We're going to adapt and change that so they won't ever do this again. And they're going to make the competition into a Super League. They are. And unfortunately, they'll get away with it because they're UEFA. And that's the competition everyone's loved and watched. And, you know...
This needs to be a thing. This here. I don't know if you know about this. But Ben's cracking comment here. Do you know about that? Basically, fans have a controlling stake in the club.
Yes,
like a commercial interest and like almost like a joint ownership in the club.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. And you know what? We should have a say with this football thing, like we have a say with the Prime Minister. How we all vote. And we choose the Prime Minister. We should be able to do these things. If you know what, we are as much our clubs than any chairman. You know, and it's ridiculous. And this should be a turning point now. This should be a turning point, and the laws will be set. Boris has said it himself. He is going to set laws, so this won't happen again.
Well,
but unfortunately, they will find their way. Someone will find their way around it.
There's always going to be loopholes. There's loopholes in every single thing. So don't count chickens.
Regardless of everyone's opinions, we all, well, I say all. I have been seeing a couple of idiots pop up and say that they were in favour of this, but
mate, of course you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. People create accounts for the European Super League. I seen tons yesterday. I seen YouTube channels and I seen stuff like that as well being made.
Yeah,
people will do everything they can to get likes or dislikes. That's just the way of the world these days.
It's attention, isn't it? It's attention.
Yeah, of course. Lee, when are you doing the predicted lineup for West Brom? We'll do that tomorrow.
And you know what? I'm looking forward to that now. I'm looking forward to getting the Prem back on track. Looking forward to, football not being struck as the Super League anymore. We can just get rid of that now and go back to the game we all love and watch every weekend. And I can't wait, honestly. And the relief that I'm feeling right now, and obviously you won't know this feeling because you've not been through this. Obviously, as a fan, you have been through it because your club was still at risk of going under potentially in the future. But in a way that we've been betrayed, spat at, it's like they've spat at us and stood on us and just gone,
mate, they didn't just spit at you, they spat at us as well. They spat at all of us.
Yeah.
Those six teams spat all of us, mate. All of us.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I despise those clubs now. I'm sorry, but as a non-supporter of those sides, I despise them. I more so. I was never really keen anyway because of the whole media aspect of like Sky pushing them on a pedestal as the big six all the time. Now I despise a lot of them even more.
I think the only thing which can make anyone forgive what we've done in particular, and I'm speaking from a United fan perspective here, the only thing that we can do in particular is obviously, first of all, get rid of our owners because they want to kill football. They are murderers. Yeah. We have murderers as the head of our club. So we need to get rid of them first for any chance of forgiveness. And then seriously consider a statement and an apology. I think all big six clubs should do this. And it might mean nothing, but I think we should all go out there as an official club and apologise. Apologise to all the other clubs that we may have ruined in the future. And I think, you know, to go out and apologise would be something good, because I don't think a lot of people would think a big club would do that. And to go out and apologise to a smaller club, which, you know, everyone's thinking right now they don't care about. And, you know, right now they clearly don't. But if we got new owners, you know, and then they apologised, I think that's would be the starting point. But I don't know where to go.
Look at Richard.
I don't know
Damage
where
is
to
done.
go.
Read this. What these clubs have done is say we don't need income or support from fans. The damage is done. It's hard to feel positive anymore. I've seriously considered walking away from football. There you go.
Honestly,
That's how bad it is. That's how bad and damaging these owners, what they've done to their own fans, let alone the rival fans.
I'm looking at this T-shirt that I've got in my.
It can't be swept under the carpet.
Right now.
It can't be swept under the carpet. LCFC Grey's spot on. It can't. If it does, there'll be outcry still. Again, there'll be more outcry if there's not punishment.
Have you noticed? If this
is just swept under, and all those are allowed to just carry on as if nothing happened, as if it's almost like if you got home and your missus was in bed with six of the people, right, yeah. But she said nothing happened, but you're literally in the middle of being engaged, and you're about to get married. Do you just get married and just forget that happened?
Well, I was actually going to message you and compare that.
Do you just marry her anyway? She did that. She did that thing. Or marry.
It is weird how this club thing works. It's almost. I was temporarily going to message you and say, I'm considering about filing a divorce with Man United, and, you know, moving on and getting a new wife, which, you know, is someone's club who's been persuading me, you know, the whole day yesterday. But I was seriously considering it, and I can't see myself moving away from football. So the only other choice I had was to look elsewhere.
Yeah,
now this came out. I'm saying I hate my club for what they've done.
I know it means the world to you, because you phoned me in the middle of me reading story time to my daughter. You phoned me and said, "Oh my god!"
First person I thought to tell you. Yeah, honestly, the first person I thought, because
I know. Well, because we've been connected through football, mate.
Exactly.
We've been connected through football. We created a fan channel through football. Yeah. We've never met in person.
I know, it's ridiculous.
We have a love for the.
I've met
for
Blue
the same
Man
game
in person before I've met you.
Exactly. We have a love for the same. We have a love for the same game. We have a passion for the same game. Sport different teams. Yeah. You help me make a Leicester-based fan channel.
Yeah. I know.
Because you love football.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what's killed me the most.
And these six clubs were trying to destroy that.
Football.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's all I love. I love football. You know, and unfortunately, I support Man U.
Hey, Packy.
If I could support a club called football, I would. And you know what? I was just about to say,
honestly, I think this might be harsh, but these clubs should be relegated like Juventus in 2008. These clubs have no respect to any of us, and this should teach them to not to fuck with football again. Yeah, but they're all too big
to much damage than good. It will do too much damage than good.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, Winksy, about the Premier League needs some of these big teams, unfortunately, for pull power around the world.
The smaller clubs need them as well. But what's the motivation of going against Burnley?
Yes.
What is the motivation? You don't have that. Leicester go against Man United. They want it. Leicester go against Man City. You want it. You go against Arsenal, even though they're crap. You want it. You go against Tottenham.
In CSGO esports, the top 8 teams in a major comp get invited back to the next one to be joined by 8 other teams that earn their place through quals. This could be worth being in the in the Champions League. I don't know what the CSGO is in esports.
That's a first-person shooter, I think.
Is that Counter-Strike? I think that's Counter-Strike. Yeah, it's an old-school PC game, that is. I don't know too much about it, but he's on the money in terms of being invited back. But then that's not really on. I don't know if that's on merit or not, really.
No, Danny's going, Winksy, our week crap. I just wanted to trigger it.
Where's that? Oh, right. Then relegate Arsenal only, says AM.
Honestly, I'm looking at my wardrobe, Lee. I'm looking at my wardrobe and I'm thinking, can I wear that shirt? Can I wear that shirt again? Because that badge is supposed to be close to my heart. And
I still wouldn't wear that fucking damn thing. Sorry. But that's just
you,
me.
you wouldn't have wore it without this Super League happening. So
Well,
that
I
doesn't
wouldn't.
really matter.
Now it's tarnished to me. It's fucking tarnished because they don't give a shit about you, Winkser. Not one
No.
bit. Not one.
No.
You're just a number filling their pockets. They don't give a shit about you.
I know.
I'm just looking at the videos now of Chelsea fans celebrating the news that the club has begun the process to leave the Super League. In addition to Man City has left as well. So cracking video. Go over and have a look at it on Twitter right now. It's on ESPN FC. Go and have a look. It's an absolute brilliant video. They're all singing and screaming and chanting, and it's a joyous. It's joyous scenes, to be fair, because the fans don't deserve it. The fans of football don't deserve what was nearly a thing. So
I
close.
tell you what. This literally, football is so powerful. We've all forgotten about a pandemic in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
A world pandemic, and we've all forgotten about it.
All day, it's all I've done on my blower. Is check news all day, and when I come off of it, this all happened, and you phone me.
Do you know, if we go into another lockdown because of all the fans gathering together, I'm going to blame that prick who started the Super League. I tell you, he's going to get murdered by someone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We could. I don't want to talk about pandemic. Don't start about COVID again. Honestly, it's wait. I'm not interested right now. Just woke up. Gosh. Imagine
what's
if you
going on.
Just woke up. Imagine. Can you imagine? What's going on? Well, Man City have pulled out. Chelsea have pulled out. Arsenal have pulled out. Who else is it? It was Barcelona.
I don't know whether Man U are confirmed yet, but there's rumours about the whole Big Six dropping.
I should have probably put it on as a scrolling feed at the bottom. I didn't really think to do it. I should have done it.
Well, you just went live because
yeah. I know, but I'll do it now. I'll create it now. Chelsea, Man City.
AM's mod. He deserved that, to be fair, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I don't know if you can do it. Oh yeah, I did it. Sorry.
You did it.
Sorry, sorry, yeah, I've already done it, haven't I? Sorry.
No, it's been a busy few days now. I'll allow it.
I'm tired. I'm not.
No, honestly, I'm shattered.
I'm absolutely knackered.
There's no motivation to do anything knowing this was happening. I was just down. I felt so ill. I literally felt sick. I constantly just felt sick knowing that, the thing that I wanted to do and watch and commit to when I was older is potentially going down the toilet. I was having dreams of taking my child to watch football, and it was potentially all going down the toilet because of one stingy, greedy, well, not one, a lot of greedy, stingy chairman.
There you go. Nice ticker feed at the bottom for you boys, so you can constantly see what teams have pulled out. All right?
Wicked.
There you go.
Another super chat.
Oh, let's read that super chat. Where's it gone? There it is. It's by Joki V. If Arsenal get like minus 20 points deduction, they would be in the relegation zone anyway.
Can you imagine how funny that would be?
It would be good, but that's a true punishment. If they all get like 18-point deduction, which I said would be fair because there's 6 teams and 3 points by 6, it'd be great. I think that would work wonders.
Can you imagine the Arsenal fans? They'd be like, "You can't deduct points off of me. You can't relegate me. You can't do anything."
But they deserve it.
I know. We all deserve it, Lee.
They all deserve it.
We all deserve it.
Relegating all 6 would mean only 3 could bounce back up. Ooh. Okay then. Just for fun, if all 6 teams were made to be relegated into the Championship,
which ones would come up?
Okay, which 3 would come up first?
All right. And this is being unbiased. This is being unbiased as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go because Championship football is a fucking bastard. All those scrappy teams. Yeah. What teams play? Man City don't do very well with scrappy teams. Look at some of the teams they've lost. Right. So I think
there'd be a lot more injuries as well. There'd be a lot more injuries because of how aggressive that football is down there.
I would say Chelsea.
Yeah.
I would say Arsenal.
Really?
And I'd say United.
Yeah, that's fair. Because to be honest with you, we do quite good against crappy teams.
Yeah, because you're crap. Jokes aside, I think those 3 would go back up, and the others would.
I'm going to go with Spurs because they are so consistent with getting results against like
I said Arsenal because they're already they're already a championship sort of side, aren't they? That's what I meant. If you didn't get what I meant,
I think it'd be Tottenham, City, and Man U. For me,
you'd say City, who struggle against.
Because no, but listen, because I think they've just got too much money, Lee. They'd just be way for it. They've got two squads. They've literally got two squads. And the reason I'm dropping Chelsea and going with Tottenham over it is because I think Chelsea are the kind of side to just pick up loads of injuries and just end up missing out on it.
Some of the comments are quite funny tonight.
I think we just all need. I think this is perfect because we all just needed something to laugh about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
We did. The Super League will generate more money, is what they said. It's more attractive, is what they said. Young people aren't interested in football, is what they said. Fucking clowns. Absolute clowns. Some of these blokes that said that are about 60 years old with more wrinkles than, honestly, just...
Do they not realise that young people turn into men? Do they not realise that?
Yeah.
They got, young people do turn into men. And at the end of the day, they're the same people watching it. It's all just nonsense, bro. It's all just nonsense. And I'm just so happy it's coming to a close.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's the door's open now. The doors are open. Basically, the cherries have popped, mate. The cherry has been popped, all right? And there can be some serious playtime now. That's the problem.
Fabrizio Romano's tweeted Liverpool players' official statement shared by Captain Henderson. So Liverpool players have tweeted something. I can't get it up on my phone.
He followed me back, by the way, on Twitter.
What, Fabrizio Romano?
Yeah, I've messaged him, so we'll see. Ed Woodward has resigned as Manchester United Executive Vice Chairman because of the Super League situation. Man City and Chelsea have the intention to leave the Super League and are preparing with their legal teams. And in the last 45 seconds, like you just said, Liverpool players' official statement shared by the captain Henderson. We don't like it. We don't want it to happen. This is our collective position. Our commitment to this football club and its supporters is an absolute and unconditional. You'll never walk alone.
See, this is what I mean by punishing the clubs. The players don't want this league. If it was all together and every single person in that club was going, yeah, we're going Super League, I'd understand the harshest punishment there could be. But it's just the owners. They've done this all behind every single part of that club's back, including us, including the fans. And they should be the ones getting punished. I don't know how they can punish a billionaires. But they've got to do something. They've got to do something to get rid of those people.
Right. Anyway, Winksy, it's been a pleasure having you on and chatting and getting your thoughts on how you feel about Man United. We're just going to have to wait for more as it goes. I can imagine this is just the... I don't think that the chapter's quite closed yet. I think we're going to get more news as it comes through. We'll find out more about Liverpool as well and the FSG situation. There's so much more to dig on this Super League nonsense that's happened over the last 2 days that nearly destroyed our beautiful game. Appreciate everyone for coming in tonight. This is a random one-off kind of thing. I didn't really plan on doing this. I just decided to go live because the news was that mad. I thought we'd just have a good chin wag. And I'm glad I did because I understand now how Winksy feels about his side. And it's
well done, everyone. That's all I can say.
Yeah, just hats off to everyone that joined in on social media, that tweeted, that Facebook post, the Instagram stories, the hashtags, everything that you've done, comments in YouTube videos, whatever you've done. If you've took part in this hashtag Super League out or Save Our Sport or no to the European Super League or no to the ESL, whatever it is you've done, hats off to you. We've beat them for now. Thank you, Winksy, for coming in. We're going to see you tomorrow. We're going to do the predicted lineup show against West Brom, and then it's back to the Premier League action for Leicester versus West Brom. Yeah. Back to Premier League action Thursday night. Leicester take on West Brom. I shall see you then, guys. Take care of yourselves, and above all, keep your chin up and stay safe out there, boys. I'll see you later.